This isn't funny. Why does this loser dude get to be a champ when he can't compete against real men? Why? What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is 1907, 1907wire.com. Keep on code Russo. ASMR Spritz Intelligent Elephant Carbon. Code Russo. Here's your noises. All right, I've been keeping up with the Lia Thomas story. The women, chromosome confirmed, are finally speaking out against Lia Thomas and the whole NCAA swimming debacle. I have been very adamant about my stance on men who cross over, become a woman. Got no issue with that. I got a big issue with them competing against women in sports, and I wanted to showcase the women finally getting to speak out because Lia Thomas got real big media time. If you remember, I reacted to that, so I wanted to showcase what they had to say, the women, chromosome confirmed, because I had a lot of swimming friends, you know, and I would wrestle in the winter. I think swimming is one of the toughest sports, and if you have some dude who's never placed ever cross over, become a woman champion, I mean, man, swimming is one of the most brutal sports. I wouldn't personally do it, and just look at the sacrifice some of these chromosome confirmed women went through to get there to the college elite level, only to be destroyed by this dude playing fairy tale. And like I said, I got nothing against it. If you want to cross over, live your life how you want to live, don't compete against real women. Don't ruin women's sports. It's as simple as that.
You will regret it. 4 simple words from the Penn Athletic Department directing us not to speak out against Lia Thomas competing for.
So overall, they're already, you know, the establishment is already telling them not to speak out. Don't give your unbiased opinion. Shut the fuck up. Be a robot. Go back in your line and let this all blow over. We don't need to cause a controversy for Penn Athletics. And it's like, fuck you. You guys are participating in ruining women's sports. These women have done their entire life in a pool to get here, to compete for you. And you're overall don't want to anger the woke mob. This is a joke.
For the women's team.
Thomas wins the NCAA championship.
My only regret is not speaking out sooner. My name is Paula Scanlon, and I competed for the University of Pennsylvania women's swim team. Growing up, swimming was everything.
Again, I had swimming friends. It's insane. The hours they put in the pool, it's nuts. I just like, this angers me to the core, you know, overall, because this is one of the toughest sports you can do. And to have this dude cross over and win and take this girl's glory that she'll never get to repeat time. She'll get to say her piece here, but you can't repeat time. It's just disgusting.
I tried other sports. I tried to learn piano. I even tried singing in the choir. Swimming just made sense. Starting when I was 8 years old, 20 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, every minute I put in got me closer to my goal of swimming Division I. My dad, mom, and older brother drove me to countless 5 a.m. practices and faraway swim meets. Countless Christmas holidays cut short by training trips. There was nothing I would rather do than swim. Swimming carried me through, providing motivation and purpose to each and every day. Many young girls rely on this foundation, but now it is crumbling. Sadly, the NCAA is the main culprit in the erosion of women's sports. The NCAA created policies that allow individuals with Y chromosome, people traditionally called men, to
Males.
compete against women. In the fall of 2021, I could openly discuss this policy with peers. As the season went on, however, these conversations gradually led to toxic divisions within the team. Teammates called me transphobic and hateful, but the worst came from the University of Pennsylvania itself. First, a warning. The Penn Athletic Department told us, if anyone speaks out against Lia swimming, you will regret it.
Imagining a threat, you will regret it, from UPenn. Unfucking believable. This is just... oh.
Natural reaction to this chilling warning was fear. Then they weaponized their student psychological services, offering to re-educate us, saying, Lia swimming is a non-negotiable, and we are here to offer.
Non-negotiable that this male competes against women and ruins women's sports. Non-negotiable. We can't have freedom of speech here, you sheep. Get in line.
For services to make you okay with that. It was around this time that my initial...
Andrea, I'm just going to psyop you when I get angry with you. You're just going to sit down. You're going to take the psyop. I'm going to play the TV for hours, lock you up, give you acid, and then you're going to know what reality really is.
Fear began quietly brewing into a sense of purpose. Purpose to speak up in defense of my teammates. Purpose to speak in defense of myself. Purpose to tell the truth. Eventually, during my senior spring, I decided to write an op-ed for the campus newspaper, the Daily Pennsylvanian, a scientific evaluation on the NCAA's guidelines for transgender athletes. I went through dozens of edits, painstakingly making sure every pronoun used was sensitive to all individuals discussed. On February 10th, 2022, the Daily Pennsylvanian published my op-ed. Then, just a few hours later, it was retracted. No notice to readers, no notice to me, just silence. Censorship is now an endemic feature of American education. From students to administrators, debate is no longer tolerated. Ultimately, Penn succeeded. The university and its apparatchiks effectively silenced me, broke me, and instilled fear in me. I had to choose between free speech and my future career, and unfortunately, I chose my career. The damage against women's sports is a symptom of an underlying disease, the destruction of free speech and meritocracy at the altar of equity and inclusion. I speak as both an American citizen and as a Taiwanese citizen. Taiwan is under imminent threat from the Chinese Communist Party, a regime that coerces its own people through censorship. Taiwan and the rest of the world still believe in American exceptionalism, how America protects freedoms where many across the world fail. This is a high calling and we must live up to it. Riley Gaines has been the sole voice for our generation, a lone leader in the battle of a lifetime. I kept waiting for others to join her, but few have. So I have decided to join and support her as we fight in this arena. Together, we have to fight for freedom here in America, above all else, regardless of the labels and vitriol thrown at us. Hopefully, we can provide courage to each other to resist institutions that censor us as we continue to defend our rights. Join us. The time is now.
Chromosome confirmed. XX does not equal XY in an athletic world. Save women's sports. Stand up. Look at the silence, the censorship that UPenn did to her. This isn't funny. This isn't funny. Why does this loser dude get to be a champ when he can't compete against real men? Why? What was the point? It's like getting a fucking participation trophy. This chick worked her whole life to go D1. It's so hard to go D1. For what? Lia Thomas to take her glory? She won't get that age back. She won't get those years back. And what would she remember? She'll remember being silenced. She'll remember being threatened over fucking bullshit. And I'm glad they're standing up. But there needs to be a consensus of this is enough. We're done with this shit. Go the fuck back to men's sports or make a trans league. No one is saying nothing about making a trans league. The only female athletes I truly know are UFC fighters. It's not like I'm going around watching women's sports. So to say like, oh, well, trans athletes won't get the credit they deserve. I feel like there's a lot of women who don't get the credit they deserve. When you look at the jurisdiction of who watches the sports, it's men. Men watch men, and women UFC fighters get some shine, get some glory, and Olympic athletes. We can create a trans league. Then we're done. Don't have these Loser dudes cross server to become champions in women's sports and ruin it. I'll see you guys in my next video.